working now. Okay, let me know if everybody can see it now. Okay, do not help me type. Thanks. Yay. Alright, there we are. Okay, well, I hope everyone had a very wonderful Christmas and a great New Year. I'm sorry I had to miss Q&As last week. We had the plague around here, and I was pretty darn miserable. And we had the cam off for about a week because I had people over, and and I was sick. I really honestly couldn't keep it up and down, and so it's just easier to keep it off. I know, it was terrible. And there really wasn't much to see. If you've been watching all day, you've kind of seen that sometimes you come in and there's no kittens, and sometimes they're over in their little basket over there. And it's mostly because they've been downstairs. In fact, I had to go and get them from underneath the Christmas tree, which has not been taken down yet, which is pretty par for the course in my house. Yes, I am actually feeling much better, thank you. Unfortunately, no, I didn't give any. Okay, do not walk. Okay, they don't want to know what you want to have to say. Okay, you can talk to the camera. Don't type. They have been in the house and underneath the Christmas. They also love my office, which all the kittens always love my office, and they also love climbing up on my bed. They like Joseph's office too. I know, isn't that lovely? Yeah, thank you for licking my nose. Yeah, so we are definitely going to be doing a weigh-in because I did not weigh them last week because I was sick. So I have no idea how big they are. Yeah, you like this cat butt action right here? Oh, that is a good question. Xena asked, why are these kittens bigger than Isis's? And I have a very simple answer to that, actually. I switched to Royal right before I was pregnant, and mostly because the Royal Canin makes best kitten foods there is, but it's also extraordinarily expensive. It is. It's very expensive. Frankie has to talk about how expensive it is. And they came out with a breeder partner program, which allows me to get it directly from the manufacturer, and makes it actually cheaper than the food I was feeding. Now, don't get me wrong, there is no food that is too good for my cats, but when I'm talking about Royal Canin, like, unbelievable, like, 6-pound bag for $20, and when you have lots of hungry mouths. Anyway, so one of the blends that you can get directly from the manufacturer, but you can't usually get in a normal pet store, is called Queen, and a lot of for places also has lysine and some other stuff like that. And I found exclusively, it is the only thing that I changed between her and Isis, because it was small, and Hercules is obviously the father, she would they'd be this tiny kitten. No. I know. So I am pretty much convinced that the Royal Canin is the way to go. Thank you, my laptop. That was thank you. Appreciate it. So all of their owners very the kit. They will go home the weekend after January 18th. They will do the thing. The last litter and have a invitation. And I am actually going to be driving up to his mom. I don't deliver within 2 hours usually I'll meet owners within 2 hours, but most see the cat. And Mary had actually offered to have me come and see her house and see where Frankie would be, and I will always take up someone on the offer to go and see where my babies are going to be living. So I will be taking him up. So Frankie will probably be with me a little bit longer than the other two, and it will. And of course, he doesn't look like he's too messed up about that. Yeah, I know the cam keeps freezing. It has to do with the stupid new broadcaster. I don't know why it sucks so much. Unfortunately, though, if I don't use the new broadcaster, I can't record it for later. So I'll have to try to make do. Okay. So a couple other pieces of news, and while hey, Marilyn, is that the kittens will go in for their surgery in probably about a week, and they will be recovering for about a week, and then all 3 of them will be getting their spay-neuter and their laser declaw. And I'm also going to be doing, I recently found out that I can get microchips right from Bayer, and I'm going to be microchipping all of the kittens at no cost to their new owner. And that might be, so I'll do that for every single litter. It does cost, but I'm on the whole with every litter, so a little bit more doesn't hurt, and it's really well worth it for me because I know that the kittens are going to be safe and sound, and they'll have my information as a secondary contact. So if something were to happen to their families, then they would be contacted. All right, so more questions to answer. Have a question on how is Ice pregnancy go? Okay, well, this is grouchy right now, and she is getting rather large. I'm not going to go and pull her as she has been hissing and growling at everyone except me, and I don't want to push it. She's getting rather big, actually, for being this early in her pregnancy, so this may be a very large litter. I hope it's not too big, obviously, because the bigger the litter is, the more complications there can be, but, we'll let nature take its course. Isis is, she had a very easy first litter, and I have no doubt that her second litter will be even easier. Usually it goes that way. The first litter is hard, and then, so on and so forth. It progresses. All right. So I actually picked up a couple of new books, and I wanted to do some cat facts while you guys think up some questions. Yeah, and see, Isis can handle a bunch of kittens. She's an old pro, and do not do that. No, Frankie. Frankie has become the troublemaker. He was leading the charge in a climbing Christmas tree, and see, cats know not to be in the Christmas tree, and so we had to get the compressed air can out. All right, so I'm just going to grab my 2 books, and I'm going to share some things with you. Add to my left. Zena asked, are the kittens to their new owners? And telling they will be, Jade and Marilyn will be going the weekend of the 18th, and Frankie will be going a little bit after, because I'm going to be taking him up directly to mother. It's on my middle. All right. If I have a kitten from the litter to have faith, that from strictly need a profile point. Show from the entire. And I'm actually going to encourage his mommy to show in the CA shows. Very, very pretty. Now, don't get me wrong, I actually believe that both of these guys are going to mature rather nicely, and she has a beautiful expression. She is going to look just like Callie. I mean, absolutely just like Callie. Aren't you? And JD doesn't have any of the awkwardness that he did when he was littler. And he is definitely the smartest kitten in the whole litter. He's also sweet. And do not wrestle on my laptop. Do not wrestle on my laptop. If they turn it off, I'm sorry. JD also is the one who loves to be held, loves to snuggle. Oh, the Damien fiascos. Those Damien fiascos continue. Not gonna lie. Marilyn has decided that she is Callie Jr. and that she hates Damien. That's not true. She doesn't hate Damien. But she puffs up her tail all big like a bottle brush and does the little sideways walk thing and hisses at him for no reason whatsoever. I've been working with her. I've been helping to socialize her with him. Frank he looks right up to Damien and says, "Hey, no problem." JD is coming around the corner. On occasion, if Damien startles him, he'll puff up and hiss, but for the most part, they just kind of walk past each other. Yeah, she does the Callie dance. That's exactly what it is. And this is unfortunate. Zeus and Damien, and they actually will wrestle. You know, Zeus flops over and plays with him, and Damien is so super gentle, and it's really cute. I really need to find a video, actually get a video of it, and show it to you guys. It's so cute. Yeah, JD seems to be holding it when it comes to Zeus. Definitely buddy. Okay. So this is a book that I really will recommend to anyone who wants to get themselves a cat book. It's called Legacy of the Cat, and one of that I. Oh, by the way, Callie is just outside. Callie has for play mommy as much as possible because the kitten's driving her crazy, which is good. It's the right age. She has weaned continue to try to nurse. They're up in here. Kids are going to be. She'll feel it out, which is good. This is the right age for that. Anyway, that I really like you guys was another genetic path that Siamese fascinating. It's kind of scientific gobbledygook so to it, but I will tell you that this book talks about genetic mapping. This is basically the when I am plotting out what colors will come out of each. Why is this cool? Well, Zeus happens to carry genes for not just the 4 colors, has some color point Siamese in his pedigree, and it is possible for him to produce he can produce flame, he could produce a tortie. I don't think he can produce lynx, but he can produce flame and tortie. So that's a really cool anti against outcrossing. Until I did more research, found that without crossing, especially done in the early parts of the 1930s, 1940s, and then down into the 80s and 90s, we would have inbred the Siamese so much. The Siamese that we have in our current breeding programs originate from 11 original cats in Britain, and there's not exactly established breeding societies, breeding associations that have lasted. I've been around today. FA is only a little over 100 old. I'm to see that happen. If he does one of these colors, will not be considered a stock Siamese. A stock color would be a color point Siamese. Yeah, flames are what we consider red point. And you guys will find interesting colors because different colors are they're present in lots of different kinds of cats. Looking in that, there are all kinds of ones that I was not familiar with, at least not from a standpoint, because I see all kinds of, all kinds, it's mostly just traditional colors. But there's something called a chocolate champagne and color. It's like this. It's like a chocolate point with kind of a smattering of pointed along, kind of what when they get older. And there's cinnamon lynx point, lilac sepia, lilac mink, all kinds of stuff, fawn sepia. My guys are not going to produce anything of this nature, but I found it really interesting because all of these colors originated in the original piece. Okay, stop playing on laptop. Yeah, thanks. Come on. Yes. I like when you call them Victor because what he's what you would call an apple head, although he's going to be a little finer boned than your traditional big stocky guy, but he's definitely going to be a big cat. But keep up with the they leave. Yes, in fact. You fans of the I heard Brady recently. He contacted me and wanted to know if he thought that 10 was overweight for Luna, and I told him yes, it was. We were calling her Monkey. I got some great pictures to post. I could do that. You guys. I find out that genetically there are a lot of differences between the Victorians, i.e. the adults, the classics. It is really differentiation from one to another, and when you use them to try to certain characters emphasize they different 9 different strains of genetics that produce them. It's just through breeding. It's kind of like why one human looks different from others. They breed to become and so I have obviously when I was sick I was doing a lot of reading. I'm really fascinated by this because these guys obviously share very similar genetic material and yet are going to look very different. To me, they look different. To you, they're going to be the cutest little balls ever. Right? I know. Alright. So, this other book that I found and I really find fascinating is Cat. More so that I have topics for you. One of the ones that I wanted to talk about is, let's see. Let's one. Nope. Okay, is cat communication? How cats talk to humans? Well, pretty much these guys figure out how to talk to us because they're extraordinarily verbal, right? Sinatra loves to talk to me. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. But it's not true that Siamese are exclusively communicating with their voices, just like normal cats. A lot of the things they do, sitting up here, are actually communicating with me, right? No, use an example, please. So making contact is something that is a big deal when communicating with a cat. If you are getting your cats directly in the they're your primary cats that they bond with, they probably don't mind. But cats are afraid or shy or timid, usually office is confrontation of behavior. So one of the things you can do, instead of getting right in their faces, now mind you, he's not going to care because he's already been socialized. Hi. But even see he backs off just a little bit. He's like, I don't know what you want. JD. See? He's like, did I do something wrong? And he backs up a little bit. Now he thinks that he may be even being to be submissive. Not being super submissive, but he's showing me that he's not being confrontational. So what I'm going to do is, instead of making eye contact, is to make eye contact at the corner of your eye, or like head to the side this way. Hey, JD. I know you're being distracted. Hey, I'm trying to make a lesson here. Can I have a lesson? Thanks. Is making eye contact kind of out of the corner of your eyes. And once it does make contact with you, to blink slowly. This is a trust building activity, and cats do this to each other. It's the slow blink. It's like the most cat people know this. And cat looks at you and he's like, yes, blink, and looks at you and he goes, yep, all's right in my world. So you can do the same thing to them by saying, I accept you, I appreciate you, etc. Right? Right. No chewing. No chewing. Anyway, that is an example of just one piece of cat behavior. And I'm probably going to write up more about this, and I'll post it on the blog. But just remember that your cats, while you may want to be, hey, do not bite me, that was not nice, that you may be inadvertently being aggressive with them when you're getting into their face. As the ears twitch, ears forward are, good ears. Ears to the side are unhappy ears. Why are you meowing in the litter box? JD often meows while he's using the bathroom. I don't know if he's singing to himself or what. And yes, I assume it's Eof? Oif? Yes, you'll have to tell me exactly how to pronounce your late cat's name. About their she loves being greeted home with their calls. So they do have very different calls. Marilyn, do not pounce him while he's going into the bathroom. They do have extraordinarily different vocalizations, but they're also communicating a lot with their non-vocal. Eve, oh yes, Eve, dar. Instead of oif. Hi, I know, there. Marilyn, there. Anyhow. Things that I do with my kittens is a constant type of socialization oriented to them understanding human interaction as well as me and their interaction. It may not be very, very obvious, but a lot of things that I do help to understand human, trusted and simple handling from the time does not accomplish that. There's plenty of kittens who have been bottled or whatever, who don't grow up the same kind of interaction that these as well. And it's actually watching them be very playful. It's a sign. Are you going to bark at him? Yeah, but he still does. You get it? You tell him? All right. But this is a good civilization that are friendly. There's not in any bodies. They're Siamese. It's because when they meet strangers, not afraid of new situations. It's that when they get to their homes, they're going to take to in no time. How is it that Munchkins? I wrote about Munchkins. Munchkins result of inbreeding, the way that the wedgies and the way the Sphinx came about. But let's see what the magic book says about Munchkins. Really, on this book, and it's got great pictures in it. Although I don't know why they think the Balinese look like foxes. My Balinese don't look like foxes. Munchkin. What did I miss here?